Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about combination of resistors. Sometimes in our circuit, to get the desired or required resistance, we have to use combination of resistance or more than one resistance have to be used. So here we are going to discuss about such kind of combination. We have three set of combination: series combination, parallel combination, and the combined combination of series and parallel. First, let's see the series combination. So first one is series combination. So what is series combination? In series combination, the resistance are connected one after the other one. Let's see the figure. First, we have to draw the battery and it is connected through a key. Okay, this is a cell and is connected through a cell, and we have to connect the point A. Okay, just consider as a point A, and in between A and B I have connected first resistor and this marked as R1. Okay, first resistor. This is B. Then the B is connected to the next resistor. The one end of R1 is connected to the next resistor R2, and the other end of R2 is connected to the next resistor R3. Okay, so this is the way we have to connect series combination. One resistor, one end is connected to high potential, other end is connected to the other end of the resistor, and so on. Okay, so this is the combination of series connection. Now, the current is passing through the circuit I. There is a single path is possible. So, the current drawn from the circuit is always common for all the three resistors. I is passing through R1, R2 and R3. But if we consider the potential difference, it will vary. If we take the A is connected to high potential and D is connected to lower potential. So if we measure the potential at A, it is at maximum potential, and if we measure the potential at B, it will be the least one. So that means the potential will decrease as it moves from one resistor to another resistor. Okay. So the potential difference between if we consider the potential difference between A and B, that is equal to or against R1. Okay, the potential difference between R1 is equal to, I will mark it as V1, that is equal to VB minus VA. Okay, that is against R1, V1 is a available potential difference. Then between R2, V2. V2 is equal to VC minus VB. Okay. Then between R3, it is V3. So that is equal to VD minus VC. Okay. So if we see the total potential V, that is equal to VA minus VD. Okay. VA minus VD. Okay, so this is the way how we can represent the potential against each resistors and even each points. From these factors, we can conclude that I has a single path, so same current is passing through the entire circuit. Even in R1, R2, R3, the same amount of current is passing. But if we see the potential difference and resistors, we can tell that potential difference is directly proportional to the resistor. So, what is according to the value of resistance, the potential difference will vary. Or we can tell that the total potential difference V is the sum of individual potential difference. So, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Right now, V means it is the potential between A and D. That will be equal to the potential difference between this one plus this one plus this one. So these are the two factors or two facts we can conclude from this section. Now we'll see the expression for the total resistance. So we know that I is the total current drawn from the circuit, and what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is equal to V is equal to I into R. Okay. Now we will see for each point what is the potential difference in terms of Ohm's law. First one, potential difference between A and B, that is our V1. So V1 is equal to I into R1. Right? No, V1 is equal to I into R1, or we can write it as V1 is equal to VA minus VB, that is equal to I into R1. Consider this as a first equation. So second one, potential difference between B and C, that is V2 is equal to VB minus VC, that is I into R2. Second equation. Same way, potential difference between C and D, that is V3 is equal to VC minus VD is equal to I into R3. These are third equation. Okay. And we studied that V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. When we substitute these values, we will get V is equal to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. So in all three factors, I is common. So we will take out this I. So R1 plus R2 plus R3. So this is the sum available, sum of all the values of resistance in the series circuit. So I am going to replace this with another letter I into R, yes. So the total voltage available in the circuit is equal to I into R, yes. Okay. So what is RS? RS, the resistance in series, the effective resistance available in the series circuit is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is our equation. Okay. The effective resistance available in the series circuit means we just want to add the value of resistance together. Simply we have to add it together. That is the effective resistance available in the series circuit. If n number of resistors are present, we can write it as Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus Rn. Okay. Or same resistance n times is there, we can write it as Rs is equal to n into R. Same resistance n times, if it is there, we can write it as Nr. Okay. Okay. So just consider we have a set of resistors. R1 is equal to 5 ohm, R2 is equal to 2 ohm, R3 is equal to 4 ohm. How can we find out the effective resistance in series circuit? So Rs is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. What will get it? 9 plus 2, 11 ohm is the final answer. So this is the way we can find out the total resistance or equivalent resistance available in the series combination. Let's see the parallel combination. So parallel combination means all the resistors one end together connected and the other end also together connected. Let's see the circuit. Okay. So first we have to start with a battery, voltage and a key. Then I'm just marking a point here and here. Okay. A and B. So one end is connected. So this is our first resistor. One end is connected to A and other end is connected to B. This is our second resistor. One end is connected to A, other end is connected to B. R1, R2. Then this is our third resistor. One end is connected to A, other end is connected to B. R3. So all the three resistors, one end is joined together and the other end is joined together. if such kind of combination you will get in the question, we can consider it as parallel combination of resistors. Okay. So here the voltage, one end is connected to high potential and the other end is connected to lower potential. So the voltage available between R1, R2 and R3 is common, V. Okay. Now you just consider I. When I reaches this position, the current has 3 paths to travel. Right? Now just consider the way how it passes. The current passing through this path is I1, through this path is I2 and this path is I3. Okay. So here current varies according to the value of resistors. So if we compare with the series combination, here the potential difference available between the resistors are same, but the current passing through the resistors are different. Okay. Or when it reaches here also, it is I. So we can write it as total I is the sum of I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay. Now let's see the expression. So according to Ohm's law, current available in the circuit is equal to V by R. Okay. So current available, so current passing through R1 is equal to, that is I1. Current passing through R1 is I1, that is equal to V by R1. Okay. Same way current passing through R2 is I2 is equal to V by R2. The second equation. Then through R3 it is I3, that is equal to V by R3. That is our third equation. Okay. So we know that I is equal to the sum of I1 plus I2 plus I3. So we will substitute all these values. We will get V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Or we can write it as, we will take out, V is a common factor in all the terms. So we will write it as 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Okay. So I am going to replace this with a letter P, effective resistance of parallel combination. So we will get it as V by Rp. Then what is Rp? That is 1 by Rp. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. I will write it on the top. So the effective resistance available in the parallel combination is 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. This is the equation to find out the effective resistance available in the parallel combination. If n number of resistors are there, we can find it out. Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by Rn. Okay. Then finally what we have to do, normally students used to make a mistake when they find out 1 by Rp. The question, you are finding 1 by Rp, but in the effective circuit, we have to find Rp. After finding this 1 by all this, adding all these values, you have to take the reciprocal. Then only the Rp will be correct. Okay. We are finding only 1 by Rp. Then the final answer, before the final answer, take the reciprocal and find the original value or correct value. Let's see an example. Okay. Just consider you have R1 is equal to 1 ohm, R2 is equal to 2 ohm and R3 is equal to 3 ohm. Okay. How can we find out the effective resistance? What is the equation? 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. So we have to take the reciprocal here, sorry, LCM here. So it's 6. So 6 plus 3 plus 2. So we'll get it as 11 by 6. That is 1 by Rp. Then what is Rp? Rp is equal to 6 divided by 11, and that is equal to 0.545 ohm. Okay. Now see the effective resistance. What was the least resistance available in the circuit? It's 1. So in the parallel circuit, in effect, we are reducing the resistance available in the circuit. Okay. So the resistance, the effective resistance will be less than the least value. Okay. The effective resistance will be less than the least value for parallel combination. And for series combination, the effective value will be greater than the greater value. Just consider this for series combination. What value will get it? 3 plus 2, 5 plus 6. So RS will be 6. So this 6 ohm is greater than this 3. Okay. So keep in your mind, if you want to increase the effective resistance in the circuit, use a series combination. If you want to reduce the effective resistance in the circuit, use parallel combination. Just consider we have only two resistors, R1 and R2. How can we find out the effective resistance in parallel circuit? 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Or that is equal to R1, R2, R2 plus R1. That is Rp. So what is Rp? Rp is equal to, take the reciprocal, R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So by using, if only two resistors are available, we can use this equation and directly we can find out the answer. Now we'll see the combination of resistors. So combination resistors means sometimes to get the desired value, we have to use a combination of series and parallel connection together in one circuit. Okay. Then only sometimes we'll get the desired value. So if you get a combination of resistors, first you have to solve parallel combination. Then you have to solve the series combination. So otherwise you'll get confused. That is the method to solve it in a proper way. First parallel combination, then series combination. I'll show one example. Okay. So just consider that we have a combination of resistors. First one is a parallel combination and it is connected to a series combination. And consider A, B, and this is 1 ohm, this is 1 ohm and this is 1 ohm. How can we solve this? First we have to solve this combination. So 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by 1. So it's equal to 2 divided by 1. Okay, Rp is 2 divided by 1. What is Rp? Rp is equal to 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5 ohm. Okay, so this part we solved. We can proceed with the figure itself. We solved as a single combination. Now it is 0.5. Then that is connected to 1. That is, now both are in series combination. Now what is the effective resistance? Now Rs is equal to 0.5 plus 1 is equal to 1.5 ohm. So this is the way we can solve the or find out the effective resistance available in the combination of resistors. First solve the parallel part, then solve the series part. As in the case of resistance, we drawn the graph for VI graph. Okay, just consider if here we are drawing an IV graph. IV graph, not VI graph, it's IV graph. So if it is an IV graph, just consider we have two set of line A and B. We know that parallel combination, the effective resistance is less. So it has a steep slope. This is meant for parallel connection. That means I is maximum here. And here the available current is less. This is for series combination. Keep in your mind it is for IV graph. If it comes for VI graph, if it is for VI graph, the B is for parallel and A is for series. Okay. mostly we used to consider this IV graph, not VI graph. Okay. And now we'll see some direct equation to find out the current available in the circuit. Just consider a parallel combination. And I is available here. And here also I is available. And here it is I1 and I2. R1, R2. Okay. So if you want to find out the current I1, that is equal to I into R2 by R1 plus R2. If you solve, we will get it. So you can use this equation directly to find out the answer. Same way, I2 is equal to I into R1. Here, if I1 is there, R2 has to come on the top. Then it should be multiplied with total current. Denominator is a sum of R1 and R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So keep these two equations. If only two resistors are available in the circuit, that is for finding out current passing through R1 and R2. Let's see a series combination too. In the series combination, current is passing through the circuit is I. The total voltage available between A and B is V. In between these 2 points is C. These 2 points it is V1, and in between these two it is V2. Okay. So here we have to find out the V1. So V1 is equal to total available voltage into R1. We are using the same resistor. R1 divided by R1 plus R2, and for V2 it's equal to total available voltage into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Okay. So these are some of the equations. It's only possible with the two resistor in the circuit. So practice, go through this very thoroughly, because this concept is very much important for solving the numerical session. Thank you.